Hello, I am Julie Noyes, and I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking to you a little bit about mental health and wellness. I'm the director of COSI programming. COSI is a grant that we get from the state. It stands for Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative, and it allows me to put student success workshops on both campuses. I offer 8 each semester related to academic skills and issues of mental health, and even practical things like how to write a resume. So be on the lookout for information about that. I also see students for mental health counseling. Now, right now with a pandemic, I tend to do it only over Zoom because it's better than having half your face covered with a mask. But that service is available to students on both campuses, and it's free. So I'm going to share my screen because I have a couple things I would like to show you today as we talk. All right. I want to talk a little bit about breaking the stigma around mental health. So we'll take just a few minutes to watch this video.
You know that feeling where your thoughts scare you or make life tough? Sometimes it feels like no one else in the world has those thoughts or feelings. No one seems to know how difficult it is to deal with your feelings. And it's not easy to share your deepest secrets. You might think something is wrong with you. Or you might worry what other people think. And all of that makes your thoughts and feelings worse. Our culture has created this environment of shame. Until the 1960s, society sent people away if they had challenges managing their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Over time, we learned that we didn't have to be afraid. We learned how to help people get better. We became hopeful. But there are remnants of those images in our culture today, which is why some people still feel uncomfortable talking about it. The stigma has taken new forms too. With more access to more people all the time, it can seem like the world is telling us it's not okay to be anything but perfect. The truth is, everyone has thoughts or feelings that can be hard to deal with. So why do we make it so difficult on ourselves by judging others who could be going through the same challenges we are? What if, instead of seeing labels, we saw people who are struggling and could be there for them so they didn't feel so alone? What if we looked past our fear of mental health and started to talk about it in a constructive way? What if, as a society, we used empowering words and healthy images to help people feel supported? Maybe then more of us could feel comfortable telling others when we're having a hard time. Maybe more people would get the help they need. And maybe one day we won't have to talk separately about mental health and physical health, but just health. The truth is, each of us has the power to change our culture. Will you join us? Share this video with a kid, your neighbor, a friend, and help us break the stigma of mental health.
Some stats for you. 3/4 of all chronic mental illness begins before age 24. Many of you are probably younger than 24, so it's something to consider. Here's some more stats. I won't just read them word for word, but 39% of college students felt so depressed. Within the last year, it was hard to function. 61% said they felt overwhelming anxiety. 10% said they had seriously considered suicide. So here's what I see in my office with students. I see depression, anxiety, and suicide. Fits with the numbers. I wanted to share too some warning signs of psychological distress for you guys. So you can read this a little better. I'll make myself smaller. Persistent, sad, anxious, empty, hopeless, pessimistic, feeling guilty, feeling ashamed, worthless, helpless, loss of interest in activities that you used to enjoy. you're fatigued, you're tired all the time, you have low motivation, it's hard to concentrate, you aren't remembering things, you're having trouble making decisions, you're sleeping too much, you're sleeping too little, your sleep is bad, you eat too much, you eat too little, you gain weight, you lose weight, you're restless and irritable, maybe you have physical symptoms like tension headaches or problems in your gut. A lot of times, these are psychological issues that are manifesting themselves in our body. And most serious, of course, are thoughts of death and suicide. This is why I am available to you on both of these campuses to be seen. Maybe you have never been seen before. Maybe your family was against getting counseling. Now you're away from home and you're facing a lot of stress. This is the time that you can actually begin to get some help. One thing I like to share with everyone on both of CNCC's campuses is this app. It's called the Columbia Lighthouse Protocol. It's an interactive flow chart that helps you determine your suicide risk or even someone that you care about. It asks you questions like, have you thought about suicide? Do you have a plan? Do you have access to the stuff you need to carry out the plan? And then it determines your risk, also giving you resources for next steps like call the crisis line or get to an emergency room or what have you. I'm here to provide mental health services so that you don't get to this point. But if you do, this is a very proven research-based way to lower the risk of suicide and to help people get what they need in their most vulnerable moments. So I know this was just a few minutes of introducing myself and sharing just a little bit of information with you. I have so much more information, but I know you need to get to class. Please, please, please reach out. Your instructor can give you my information. You can also find me on the website. Again, my name is Julie Noyes. My last name is No Yes, if that helps you remember how to spell it. But here's my direct line to my office and my email. So I hope that you will reach out if you need anything at all. We're here for you. Stop my screen. I hope you have a wonderful day in class and keep doing all of this great work that you're doing this semester.